the most important announcement of the day. Honorable colleagues, it's my pleasure to inform you the Honorable Dr. Sulema Abubakar Gumi has a very important message for all of us. And with your kind permission, I will read this later. He said, I write to inform you of my decision to decamp from the People's Party, People's Democratic Party, to the All Progressive Congress APC with immediate effect. Your Excellency, my decampment from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress was as a result of the lingering and unresolved internal and external crisis within the People's Democratic Party. It is noteworthy to state here that the People's Democratic Party have two chairmen in my constituency. Gumi is the greatest party in Africa. Congratulations. Welcome on board.
Under constitutional point of order, although threadbare, although you know why I am standing, but Mr. Speaker, a time comes when you might want to be compelled to do the proper thing. Mr. Speaker, you sit here today as our leader, as the interpreter of the rules of the House and the Constitution as far as we are concerned in these green chambers. Mr. Speaker, you are aware that for a member to leave his political party to another political party, the constitutional provisions are very, very clear. And the reasons given from what you have read is that he has two chairmen in his constituency. Mr. Speaker, the courts of this land, including the Supreme Court, has interpreted clearly what a division in a party is. And I will call you, sir, to act according to your oath of office, which you swore as Mr. Speaker, to uphold the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to carry out that assignment as the whole world is watching and listening to what position and decision you will take, sir. I would therefore urge you, Mr. Speaker, to act in line with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and declare the seat vacant. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I remain, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, privilege, Mr. Speaker. I remain Baba Jimmy Benson. Order, please, order. Representing the good people of the Ikorodu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, choice of words. Privilege. Order 6, Rule 9, Mr. Speaker. Order 6, Rule 9. It is protected by the chair. Please go on. And I quote, the majority leader used words, minority leader used words that I think we should take back. He said to Mr. Speaker that a time may come when you, Mr. Speaker, have to do the right thing. Honorable colleagues, our Speaker does the right thing all the time. Minorities leader's position is succinct, but I think he should take that word back. No, I think we can excuse him under the circumstances. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Order, Mr. Who is raising a point of order? Honorable Mark Obeta. Okay, what is the point of order, please?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Mark Obeta, member representing Osuka Igbo South of Enugu State. Mr. Speaker, our order rule is here, and there is no order 6-9. There is no order 6-9 that Honorable Jimmy Benson stood on. So he relied on an order that is not the order rules, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to call your attention to it so that you overrule whatever he has presented on the floor of this House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Biostat Limited, in respect of his unremitted pension benefits, which the company has refused to pay and remit to his pension fund administrators. I seek the leave of the House and the permission of the Speaker to lay in this petition. Mr. Speaker, sir.
I am Omori Osaro Murphy, speaking for and on behalf of the entire people of Ego Ikpobaka Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Edo State, the heartbeat of the nation. Mr. Speaker, I have a petition here from Honorable Michael Irom Etaba. This petition is against Dr. Suleiman Adejo, the Managing Director of Kino Smart Parking Nigeria Limited, and the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Federal Capital Territory, named Mr. Dogo Aliu Wadata. This petition is for corruption, tax evasion, bribery, non-remittance of accrued revenue to the government coffers, and failure to pay the staff of Kino Smart Parking Nigeria Limited their salaries and entitlements. Mr. Speaker, with your permission, I wish to step forward to lay this petition.
On the urgent need for precautionary measures to mitigate predicted flood risk in 22 states and FCT. My name is Honorable Wingan Sesi Oluwaseun, and I represent the people of Badagry Federal Constituency. I'm from Lagos State. On the urgent need for precautionary measures to mitigate predicted flood risk in 22 states and FCT. My name is Honorable Wingan Sesi Oluwaseun, and I represent the people of Badagry Federal Constituency. I'm from Lagos State.
Ahmed Yusuf is my name. Member representing Shannon Ogai Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker. I stand to second the motion heavily raised by honorable colleague. I so second. Thank you.
Namdi Zich is my name, and I represent Ndokwa Okwani Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to second this motion of urgent public importance, that the motion is urgent enough to be heard in the floor of the House. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
That the federal government has predicted 5 days of heavy rainfall, which may lead to flooding in 22 states and the Federal Capital Territory, according to a report from the National Flood Early Warning System Center of the Federal Ministry of Environment, published by Punch Nigeria on October 14, 2024. Also note that the identified locations most at risk of severe flooding include communities along the flood plains of rivers Donga, Benue, and Ogun in states such as Osun, Delta, Cross River, Anambra, Taraba, Nasarawa, and Kebbi, among others. The rainfall and potential flooding are predicted from the 14th to 18th of October 2024, threatening both life and property. The House is concerned that the predicted heavy rainfall and resulting floods could have devastating impacts on vulnerable communities, leading to displacement, loss of property, destruction of infrastructure, and potential loss of lives if adequate precautionary mechanisms are not put in place to protect citizens in these areas. The House further concerned that despite early warnings, there may not be sufficient proactive measures such as timely evacuations, provisions of temporary shelters, and support system for affected communities. This increases the risk of severe humanitarian consequences if these warnings are not addressed through urgent actions. The House is aware that the flooding is a recurring issue in Nigeria, often exacerbated by inadequate drainage system
lack of preparedness, and insufficient coordination among agencies responsible for disaster management. It is crucial that relevant authorities immediately implement strategies to mitigate the predicted disaster, including evacuation plans, provision of relief materials, and ensuring post-flood recovery efforts are coordinated effectively. The House resolves to 1. Summon the Federal Ministry of Environment, the National Emergency Management Agency, and the Hydrological Services Agency to appear before this Honorable House to explain what precautionary measures are being implemented to safeguard lives and properties in the predicted flood zones. Call on the Federal Ministry of Environment and state governments to activate evacuation protocols for communities along floodplains and ensure that affected populations have access to temporary shelters, medical services, and other forms of support. 3. The House urged the Federal Government, the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, and the Ministry of Water Resources to carry out an immediate assessment of drainage system and waterways in flood-prone areas and work reduce blockages that could worsen flooding. Direct that the federal government, through the relevant ministries and agencies, to collaborate with the state government to enhance their disaster preparedness capabilities and also ensure the quick deployment of rescue teams and relief materials and medical assistance where needed. And lastly, the House mandates the Committee on Environment, jointly with Committee on Emergency and Disaster Preparedness and Water Resources, to ensure ongoing monitoring and post-flood rehabilitation efforts, ensuring that affected communities receive long-term support in rebuilding infrastructure and livelihood. I so move, Mr. Speaker.